So, good morning or good night, depending on where you are in the world, and welcome to another interview of the Shield Dude on a Couch. I'm your host, Hector, and today I'm joined by Chris Evans. He's the guitar player for the band Lord Dying. And
Hello.
they're going to. Hello, how are you, man?
I'm good.
Good. So, we're here to talk about the album that's coming out on January. So, it seems far away, and we're still in December. But the album is called Clandestine Transcendence, and I think that's a great title for an album.
Oh, thanks. Yeah.
Yeah, so I listened to the album, and it's very interesting because your band is full like a sludge, but I think there's a lot of progressive, especially on this album. There's a lot of there's clean singing, there's longer songs, there's a lot of like tempo changes. So I thought it was pretty interesting. So yeah, let's talk about the album first of all. So yeah, so for this album, how did the band? I know you have three albums before this, and the last one being the one that you put out in 2019. How did you want to tackle this one like differently in the sound? Like, what's different from this one to your previous Mysterious Tremendum?
Um, I don't know if we're ever consciously trying to do much different, but just kind of wherever we're at the time. And when we originally started the band, the whole idea was to do like really heavy prog music, but then started jamming and it just kind of was sludge. But we've been kind of figuring that out more as we've gone on. But I guess during Mysterium Tremendum, we were like super trying to make like a prog concept record. And this time around, I think we're more inspired by the heavy side of things as well, but still listening to lots of Rush and Yes and stuff like that. But yeah, we just start writing and whatever happens really. It's never really too conscious of a decision where it's what it's going to sound like.
No, yeah, but the progression of the band, and I know you have, people can listen to. There's two songs that are already out. The Endless Road Home, which actually ends the album,
Yeah.
and then you have I Am Nothing, I Am Everything. So people can check out those two songs because they're out right now. Will you release like a third single before the album is released, or for now people listen to
Yeah.
those two songs?
Yeah, I think one more is going to be released before it comes out.
Yeah, it's a good thing because now there's bands like when that release like almost like half the album or more, and when it comes out, I'm like, I already heard it. It's like it
Yeah, I
loses
know. Gotta
like
save surprises, right?
yeah, it loses like momentum. But yeah, this album is 12 songs, and yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I thought it was the clean singing on it is pretty good. So you doing obviously you don't sing, you
No.
just do guitar. Uh maybe you're glad that you don't sing. I know you that you have your guitar player and your bass player singing.
Uh-huh.
What if they come to you and say like, "Hey, Chris, you should sing sometime"?
We messed around with that on the last album. I did some backup vocals, and when it came time to do it live, I'm a terrible singer. I don't practice it enough, and so it just kind of phased out. But I wasn't comfortable doing it anyway, so I think I proved to everybody that I suck at it.
At least you own it. You're like, no, I'm a
Yeah,
terrible singer. I'm
yeah.
like, I can't. Plus, you have to play. You're like, let me concentrate on the guitar. So I'm guessing, do you do more of the solos stuff on the
Yeah,
record? And since
yeah,
yeah, because you're not singing, so you can concentrate on that.
yeah. It's true.
Yeah. So guitar wise for this record, what guitar tone were you trying? Like when you go to a record like and do the what's your process when you're like writing?
um, Sorry, my 2-year-old is walking into the room. Hopefully he'll be cool.
Oh,
Um,
that's okay. I have kids too.
um, Say hi,
Hey.
River. um, this time around, I was pretty into like a sort of trebly-ish percussive sound on the guitar,
Mhm.
and I was just kind of playing off that. I even used some Fender Stratocasters on the recording, which I'd never done, so I enjoyed that. But yeah, just going into it, just kind of try to write cool riffs, and then we get a cool riff and start trying to build a song around it, basically.
Awesome. So yeah, no, I can totally relate. So it's happened to me while I interview bands. If my kids are here, they'll pop out and they'll say
Yeah.
hi. I'm like, so I totally understand you. But she totally looks like you, man. Only
Oh,
blonde.
yeah.
So let's look at the artwork for the album, which is pretty cool artwork. So here we have the artwork for the album. So can you talk a little bit about like where first of all, who did the artwork and what you're trying to convey with the artwork?
Yeah, his name's Alex Reichsfar, I think is his last name. Um, Eric Eric was a fan of his art just through like Instagram, I think, seeing his stuff. And so we hit him up and just told him we kind of wanted this album's sort of a sequel to the last one. And so we wanted to sort of play off the last album's artwork, but Eric basically sent him all the lyrics and we sent him the music and just told him like go through the lyrics, listen to the music and see what happens. And that's what he came up with. So we didn't give him too much direction because we like everything he does. So
Yeah, it
that's
looks pretty cool, but I see
that's a
that you
third
didn't
of
put
it.
the name of the band anywhere.
Yeah, we're just putting that on like a sticker. Felt like we didn't want to muddle it up with our band name and just have it be the art. It's cool like that.
Yeah, no,
But
it does look
that's just
cool.
a third of it. There's a left and a right side to it as well. It's a big gatefold. It's really cool.
Yeah, I'm sure if people get the vinyl and they open it up, you get more of the artwork, so you can
Yeah,
appreciate it. But yeah, it really looks cool. There's lots of details, and I like the slight variance in the coloring because there's a little hints of blue in some
yeah,
of
yeah.
there. But
It's a really cool
besides
style.
that, it's like more grayish color. So the title of the album, who comes? How do you come up with album titles? Do you have like a band vote, or is it a conscious decision?
Yeah, okay, I'll be right there. Um, Eric, our the singer, he comes up with all the lyrics, all the titles. So
Yeah, because
that's
there's not a
that's
song called Clandestine on the
yeah,
album. So, but yeah, it sounds like a cool album title.
yeah.
I don't know if is it in some of the lyrics?
Um, there, yeah. In I Am Nothing, I Am Everything, I think he at least says clandestine in
Yeah.
it.
So yeah, it's a cool way to do the artwork. So for you, on this album, like, do you have favorites that for you in this album?
um, yeah, I would say like most of the band, their favorite is I Am Nothing, I Am Everything. They're really excited about that song. All right, dude. But yeah, I like that it's all over the map. Like I love Endless Road Home because it's so opposite of that song, but it all kind of sounds like the same band to me.
Okay, yeah.
You know, we're just trying all sorts of different stuff. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what my favorite would be, but I definitely like I think they all stand out more than usual on this record.
Okay. Did you have like a song that which one was like the hardest one for you guys to work on? Was there a song like wow, this song is being really hard to do? Like
Um there were a few like hey, excuse me, dude. One second. There were a few that were pretty tricky, like hold on one second, buddy. I'm so sorry.
don't worry about it.
Can you look at this?
She's just excited to know about
Giving
the
it my
track as
phone.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the last resort. Give them your phone.
Yeah. I know I'm always trying not to, but it'll work for now. Soul Metamorphosis was a really tricky one for our drummer. That took a long time. And it was one of the last songs to be finished, so I ended up playing like all the guitars and bass on it. And so that one was kind of hard to get together. But especially with the drums because a lot of weird time changes. So that one took a while. But by the time we got to the studio, it was all pretty worked out. Yeah, I play in another band, and I had to play a couple shows sort of overlapping when we got into the studio. So they did all the drum tracks without me, and he apparently just nailed them all in like a day and a half. So I guess everything was ironed out by then.
Well, that's really impressive. And when did you finish the album? Like the tracking, mastering?
August 2022 is when we recorded it, and then it was mixed and mastered the following months, and we've just kind of been sitting on it for over a year now.
Yeah, 2022. Yeah, wait, 2022. Oh yeah, that's a long time. Yeah. So why didn't you release it this year?
Oh, we wanted to. I don't know. It's just up to the label, you know.
Yeah, but well, the good thing is like if you're gonna release it at the beginning of the year, because albums that are released in December, they get lost in the
right,
like in the nothing. Like no one remembers like almost albums that come out in December. So you're putting out this album on the 19th of January. So what are the plans for the band? Do you have like tours planned up like for 2024?
Nothing in the books right now, but that's the plan. Yeah, we're gonna do a record release show here in Portland, and then hopefully get on the road soon. Yeah.
Is it gonna be the same day that you release the album?
I think it's the following week, just because of club availability and how late we got on it.
Yeah. So I always like to ask musicians like what they are currently listening to, because or like what are your favorite albums of the year so far? Because sometimes people think that people that listen to metal just listen to metal, but no, there's so many genres of music. So currently, what are you jamming right now?
Right now, besides children's music.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. Well, you have kids, so you're probably, if you have Spotify Rap, probably you have the Super Mario Brothers track as your number one track because it appeared in mine.
Christmas.
The Nightmare Before Christmas. Yeah, that's
but also listening to a lot of Nirvana lately because my kid loves that. So
that's awesome. Yeah. My kids like it, especially I have the Nevermind on vinyl, so they're like, oh, play the Baby album, and my daughter, and I have a son and a daughter, and my daughter said like, oh, that's me on the cover. I'm like, no, that's not you on the cover. I'm like, that clearly is a boy.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's cool that you got them listening to Nirvana. Well, it's a good gateway band.
What's that? Oh yeah, totally, for sure.
It's a good gateway band for kids. But have you listened to any new releases that been out this year?
I mean, I must have. I'm drawing a blank right now. Let me think. If I had my phone right now, I don't know where he just took it. I'd look through.
Yeah, no, that's okay. Yeah, it's been interesting. But now I'm looking at albums that are gonna come out at the beginning of next year. So yeah, there's a lot of interesting things. So for people who haven't listened to Lord Dying, what would you say? Like, how would you describe the band to them?
I guess we like to refer to it as progressive sludge. It's got the down-tuned sludgy riffs, but it also goes a lot of like proggy places, but nothing too fancy.
Yeah. So people, the new Lord Dying album is gonna be out on January the 19th. I'm gonna put the links for people who want to like pre-order that so they can get it in advance, because I know that's pretty interesting, important for the band. So Clandestine Transcendence out January the 19th, the beginning of the year. So Chris, I want to thank some time for taking some time with me. I know you're a busy man, busy parent. So yeah, and your daughter is lovely, and it's cool that she's listening to Nirvana. So people, check out Lord Dying, new music for 2024. So until next time, people, this is Hector, the children on a couch, and I'll see you all right here on the couch. Thank you. and
Thank you
goodbye.
so